Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order, Aaron Gilmore.
Mr Speaker, I seek leave of the House to make a personal explanation in respect of my role as a Member of Parliament and issues that have been raised in recent days under Standing Order 354. In relation to this statement, I won't talk for about 4 or 5 minutes in lieu of making any further valedictory speech.
Leave is sought for that personal explanation. Is there any objection? There is none. The member may proceed.
Mr Speaker, I have tendered my resignation to the Prime Minister as a member of the National Party caucus and you as a Member of Parliament. Mr Speaker, I have done so because I have made errors of judgment as a Member of Parliament. Those errors are causing an unnecessary distraction to the government. This is causing immense stress to me, members of my family, and in light of constant media scrutiny into my life, I am unable to continue to function properly as an MP. It has already been widely canvassed to the media just what some of those incidents have been. I behaved rudely to bar staff at the Heritage Hammer Springs Hotel. I behaved badly on that night. Mr Speaker, I have never wanted things to get to this point. I cannot offer any excuses for that conduct or the poor management subsequently. Mr Speaker, over the past 2 weeks, I have gone through the 5 stages of grief as I have come to terms with resignation, denial, anger, bargaining, depression and acceptance. The stages have not always been in that order and changed hour by hour. At times, my anger has been such that I have contemplated utu against my enemies. It is fair to say, Mr Speaker, that I have said and done many stupid things in my life. If I were to stand here and list all of them and try to talk my way out of it, then we might not have time to pass next year's budget, let alone this one. Well, some of the things said about me I have found to be deeply hurtful and untrue. I accept this is one of the consequences of holding public office. I also accept, as other politicians from across the spectrum have found over the years, that when you are caught in a media storm of your own making, the only honourable thing to do is to step out of politics and attempt to rebuild a private life. The stress of dealing with a media frenzy, as I have over the past 2 weeks, is enough to drive anybody out of public office. I am not seeking sympathy with that statement, but I would like to put on the record of the House just how grateful I am to the friends in this House who have expressed support for me personally. I have had close to 1,000 calls, messages and emails in recent days. I have had media chase me, my family, friends and loved ones across the country, but I have never committed any crimes. They do not deserve that treatment, and I am ultimately responsible for the effects my political career has had on them. For that, I am truly most sorry. I wish to thank the Prime Minister and the National Party as a whole for providing such strong leadership in challenging times. I was first elected to Parliament almost 5 years ago, but more importantly, I value the dignity of my party, the leadership of John Key, and those here and worked hard to have a John Key government. I've learned plenty, and through my time here, have many to thank. I've been through thousands of earthquakes and helped as many people as I possibly could along the way. I am disappointed I will not be able to continue as a Member of Parliament, but I do hope to help in a more modest way sometime in the future. Mr Speaker, I also wish to thank my family and friends for their generosity and support since I was first elected to Parliament. The last couple of weeks has been particularly hard for them, and I'm truly grateful for their support for helping me in such trying times. I apologise to them, just as I do to the Prime Minister, my colleagues and supporters in the National Party and this House as a whole for my misjudgments. I will continue to be supportive of the Prime Minister, the National Government and the National Party from outside Parliament in the limited capacity of a private citizen. And now that I have the opportunity to lay out on the record of this House, Mr Speaker, it would not dignify this House or me to use unseemly words against others in my final speech here. I know I have angered many people, and if I'm going to seek their forgiveness, I must be prepared to forgive unkind words about me. To those in the media who predicted I would dig in my heels and hang on to Parliament as long as I could, while many of my friends wish me to stay in this House and fight these issues, but today I'm not surrendering, I'm retreating. I'm sorry I did not meet your expectations. And for those of you who try to goad me into seeking retribution in this House today, I too seek your forgiveness. Mr Speaker, when I finish packing up my office and saying farewell to this House, I tend to make time out for my family and friends. I don't expect to be making any public statements for some time. I ask the media to respect my privacy and that of my family. When I gave my maiden speech, I quoted George Patton's words, "Lead, follow, or get out of the way for those who will." Well, today, I'm choosing to get out of the way. I'm looking for something new to do. Well, finally, to the one I love, babe, I'm coming home.
Honourable members, I have received a letter from Materia Ture seeking to debate under Standing Order 386 the agreement between the Crown and Sky